Good morning, it's still Thursday. That, what do you call them? Host box thing's still there, that's not an host box. What time is it? It's 10:40. Oh my God, been here 2 hours. Well, nearly 2 hours. So I've been doing an arrangement, funeral arrangement. By the way, just in case you didn't know, once again, I'm sick of saying this. I'm Mick Fogg, I'm an independent funeral director. I'm based in Sheffield, South Yorkshire, and I basically do funerals. That's what funeral directors do funerals. So, been an early start. I've had a message from Paula that my next arrangement, they've had to go somewhere, so I'm going to shoot back to our place and I'm going to go and see them this afternoon. So I'm just going back now for a cup of coffee, proper coffee and all, accountant coffee, fresh ground coffee. I think I'm going to have. I was in that machine thing. Bzzz, that. Hang on a minute. Yep, still on, still recording. Yeah, indicate. So, keep saying so, don't I? I'm up at High Green, as I said, and that family's absolutely lovely. Absolute diamonds. I do look after some absolutely brilliant families. Absolutely brilliant. And it's their mum who we're looking after. She's already in care at the moment, so she's in our care. I think we've got 17 people in care today. But Mr. David Johnson and Mr. David Emmingham are going to the hospitals as well today. We've got a funeral which is I think it's dinner time-ish, roughly. Acorning or something like that, they call that. Turn that on. That's better. So I'm just going down to Chapeltown now, heading down there. And if anybody's thinking he's going fast, he's going 30 miles an hour, so I'm not going fast. I don't go fast. There used to be some flats down here when I was younger. I worked on there. In fact, Dave Almond, one of the lads who I used to work with, I'll remember him. Big blocks of flats. Warncliffe Arms. I don't think I've ever been in that pub. Looks a nice place though. So I'm going to farm. Today I'm going up to the farm. Can't wait. Be later on this afternoon, but I cannot wait. Just get away and just relax and chill out. It were a long day yesterday and a late day. What I don't understand is, I love it that people follow us, and I always say press like, press subscribe and all that. Obviously I always say that, but it always makes me wonder why on Facebook 50,000 people or followers basically. I always think, God, that's mad that all them people follow an Undertaker around. Really is crazy. It's nice. It's really nice. Because a lot of funeral directors have, I don't know, 600, maybe 1,000, maybe 1,500 followers on the Facebook page, and a lot of them pay. So they actually pay Facebook to so they keep popping up on social media. And anybody that's that desperate that they've got to do that, pay for that, is, I think it's crazy. It really don't make sense. I've become to like YouTube and TikTok better than Facebook. There's odd trolls on here, don't get me wrong. I have sometimes some no mark, some scum will put summit on, trying to be a bit clever. They all do it behind a keypad, don't they? Everybody's clever behind a keypad. Sat in an house with the pyjamas on, porn magazines out all over the place, probably pots all over the place, cups and mucky plates strewn around the living room. Sat there behind keyboard. He's a wanker. Yeah, I know. Take a look at that oval that you're looking at living. Dipsticks. But I'm not going to get depressed. I'm not going to talk about that, because they're not worth talking about, are they? They look for attention, people on social media. A lot of people. Well, I look for attention. Everybody looks for. Everybody likes attention. It's no good saying, "Oh, I don't go on it. I'm not on it for attention." Well, what are you on it for then? What are you on that far? Is it just because you're a nosy sod and you want to see what other people are doing because you've got so little in your life? This is where I am at the moment. With this, what my mate sent me. I've got this mate who sent me this. Oh, I need to get rid of that bleeding thing. Hang on a minute. Don't you run into me with that truck. I'm moving that. That's better. In fact, I'm going to take that off. They can wait behind. I'm not bothered. Shouldn't be going fast on here anyway. Ah, that's better, isn't it? So that's where I am at the minute. Yes, I've not got my seatbelt on. I'm putting it on now as we speak. That's better. I've got my seatbelt on, and this is where I am at the moment, see? Ecclesfield School here on the right hand side. Speed cameras. Luckily I'm only doing 30 mile an hour in a 40 zone. Told you I don't go fast. So, there's some weird people about, isn't there? It really is. I like that actually, because I can see what you can see. Because there's a camera on, there's a screen on back at GoPro. There's one on front and one on back, and I like that. This is a GoPro 11. Because I've lost quite a few of them. I'm useless with cameras, GoPros especially. So here's where I am at the moment. Heading back to our premises, loving life, because I'm going to farm. And my mate, well, he's not a mate, it's somebody on YouTube that sent me this stand to have in car, and it's absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic. I've got other stands, but I ain't got one like this where it's like weighted down. I should really turn it round this way, shouldn't I? That's what I'll do. I'll turn it round here, so you can still. Let me just lift that up a bit. Gotta be careful because there's people walking about and they might not want to be filmed. He's got me on that camera and I didn't want to be filmed. Well, do you know that nobody has a right to privacy in public? You can film what you want in public. It's not a problem. You can't go on private land filming, but I'm not on private land, I'm on a road, so I can film what I want. So anybody that's saying he shouldn't be pointing that camera at people, well, I've got another camera in here today. So that camera, and I've got 4 of them in this car. So there's one in back, there's one in back, there's one at either side, and there's one in front. And then because it's one of these truck things, I've got one right in back at truck, which is good, and I can see them all on my phone. So keep saying so, don't I? Yeah, I was talking about trolls in industry, and I've got some amazing friends in fuel industry, absolute diamonds, and I mean diamonds. Brilliant people. But then sometimes you come across people who are really spiteful and jealous. You come across people who are, I don't know, well, just vermin basically. And if you say out about them, they're straight there. I'm reporting you to our solicitors. good. I ain't bothered. I'm not bothered who you report me to be truthful here. So here's where I am at the moment. I'm just going up Ecclesfield. There's a few trolls up here actually. What troll me? But am I bothered? Not really. Because when I look at their premises, it just makes me laugh, because I think, what a dog kennel. What an absolute abortion of a place that is. And then I often think his mother should have swallowed when she was with his father. Oh, I've got to slow down. That's unreal, isn't it? Talking of trolls. Zoom in. Just zoom in. That's it, traffic's moving. Back up to here. That's good, innit? Talking of trolls, they're everywhere. But just go in premises and have a look. I mean, I've just passed a funeral home up here. Go and knock on door and say, can I look in your mortuary? Can I look in your chapel's arrests? How many have you got? Oh, we've got one. All right. Can I look in mortuary? Oh, I'm sorry, we don't permit people in mortuary. Why not? Why don't they allow people in mortuary? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. We allow people in mortuary, but obviously all our bank of fridges, which is 50 bank of fridges, is all locked. So nobody sees a thing. Oh, we haven't got one chapel arrest, we've got 4 chapels arrests. Can tell I'm on an high week, can't you? We don't have one, we have 4. How can you only have 1 chapel arrest? That means that you can only have 1 person, 1 family visiting in a day. And it's a bit like musical chairs where you're moving people about. We take people up to chapels in the morning. Well, I don't, Dave does. And he puts them in chapels, so we might have 4 different families in and out during the day visiting. I suppose if you hardly do all, like some of them, and you ain't got no funeral cars, like some of them, yeah, I'm back. Then you only need 1 chapel arrest, don't you? But then they get jealous about other funeral directors who are busy and need more chapels arrest, and they've got their own vehicles, and they didn't buy second-hand vehicles. They bought brand spanking new vehicles. Yeah, but they get jealous. So I've just said to that family, because they're on about flowers, I says, don't buy flowers off an undertaker, whatever you do. Do not buy flowers. There's a markup. So they'll earn commission off at florist. They'll earn commission. You'll pay more if you use a funeral director for flowers. And they'll get the commission off that florist for selling them. And where does that florist get that commission money from? They get them from you. That's how it works. Entire funeral industry really does need looking at and regulating and putting into some sort of order. I keep bashing on about you know, use an independent. I've just passed an independent, and believe me, you're better off going to co-op than go to that independent. Seriously, you'll pay a bit more, but the service, the premises and everything will be amazing. We've also got to remember this, because it's suddenly gone off radar. There were a funeral director in Hull, an independent funeral director, by the way, in Hull. Him and his daughter were doing what we call a creme direct, but not having service, and then just giving half of somebody's ashes to them, saying, oh, they're your dad's ashes, or they're your mother's ashes. And let's be truthful, that can happen. You know, you could split the ashes weigh roughly, most people, £5, and they come in a container. But ashes are all different, and all people's ashes are different. They're not same. It's not they all weigh £5. They don't. Average is round about £5. But if you've got a little old lady who's 4 stone and 4'1", and little and tiny, she's not going to have £5 ashes. I will. Mine will be about £5. So who's to say that people don't get wrong ashes? There's got to be a better way than putting a name on a box with ashes. Because if a funeral director thinks, oh, I can't find them ashes. Where's them ashes for him, Terry? Where's ashes gone? Don't know. Aren't they in that room? No, they're not there. They're coming this afternoon. Oh, hang on then. So they empty half of somebody into a box and a bit more of somebody else into a box until they've made a box of ashes up. Check it up. Hand it them back. Just take name off. If they ask, you could just say, well, we always take name off because of data protection. They don't, but they can do that. That's why I believe that the funeral industry should be regulated. There should be specific laws set down on how we keep loved ones' ashes. I don't know if I've shown you our columbarium back at our place where we keep ashes, and it's a room where we do engraving as well. But it's hard, it's done properly, so everything's recorded. People aren't kept in cupboards and in drawers. They're like in these shelves with everybody on so we can see everybody. And if we've got a man in whose ashes we've got in, and then 2 years later we've done wife's funeral, because they're all in like date order, starting with left goes back 20 odd year, up to present day on right hand side. So it's done. But if a gentleman passed away, let's say 2010, and then last week we did wife's funeral, but family's still not decided what they want to do with ashes, and we've still got the husband's ashes, then we'll put them together. They won't go in date order. They'll go in an area where it's man and wife or mother and son. That's how we do it. So your loved one's ashes are always outside of your other loved one's ashes until you're collected. Why don't people collect ashes? Well, there's a lot of reasons why they don't collect ashes. One of the main things I would say is that people find that difficult to cope with. You just lost a loved one, you've just got a traumatic situation, having a funeral, and usually it's one of the last things on people's minds, ashes. So they don't think about it. Or time goes by and a week turns into a month turns into 6, and 6 turns into a year. And it's not until somebody like says, hey, what happened to our George's ashes? Oh, I don't know. Didn't he pick them up, Kevin? No, I don't think so. We'll get Undertaker a ring. Ring us up and say, you got George's ashes? And we look on in our book for ashes, and we say, yeah, they're here, the wheels, they're safe. Would you like to come and collect them? Yeah, no problem. So that's what happens. That's one of the reasons that we still retain ashes. One of the other reasons is when we do a funeral, the wife who's just lost her husband might say, I don't want his ashes back at home, Michael, and I don't want to be scattering them, but when I die I want my ashes to be with his ashes, so would you save them for us? Yeah, of course we will. Is there a charge? No, there isn't a charge. Is there a charge for you picking them up from crematorium, Michael? Because I know some funeral directors charge for that, £50. No, there's no charge for that, love. We'll bring them into our care, your husband, and we'll look after them for you, and there's no charge. Oh, lovely, thank you. So we have got ashes where we're basically waiting for the spouse, next to kin, to pass away before family deal with that side of things. There's then people who obviously haven't paid for the funeral. Can't believe that, can you? You really can't believe that people will be so low as to think, let him pay for it, Undertaker. I'm not paying. Hang on, it's not Undertaker's mother or father, brother or sister. Why should Undertaker have to pay? Well, it'll come off the tax anyway. I hear it all the time, that one. Oh, that's fine. Walk into Asda, fill a shopping trolley up and just walk out with it. My own know what happens to you for that, doesn't he now? You could do that. But that's it. People just, some people just, I'm not paying for it. But then they can't come in for ashes. And they expect us to save them when they haven't paid an account for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. But they obviously think, well, ashes will still be at their place. Will they? If you couldn't be bothered to pay for funeral, how am I going to be bothered to save somebody's ashes? Is that right? I don't know. And sometimes people do ring us up and they'll say, yeah, you did my uncle's funeral and my dad didn't pay bill, but I want his ashes. So that's fine. Do you want to take the account on? Do you want to sign terms and conditions? Because I can't just give them to you, they're your uncle's ashes. So if you're going to take the funeral account on, you can do. Not a problem. I don't think there's all wrong in that. Because you can't work for no. Undertakers just can't. Let me let this kid out. Can't work for no. It's impossible. They'd shut down. I had a woman called Lisa, Ward or somebody like that, going off on this trolling page saying, have a funeral, women, don't pay for it. Don't pay for funeral, it'll close down. This is somebody who's on benefits. If I close down, I can't pay tax. So if I don't pay tax, you don't get benefits. Think about it, daft cow. Yeah, that's how vile some people are. We've got a woman we did funeral for daughter, and it was a burial, and she's rung up many a time. She's not paid, but she rings up occasionally and say, I want to go in that grave with my daughter. Yeah, but you need to pay for it, love, because the grave is owned by us. That grave belongs to us, our company. Yeah, but I know it does, but I'm going in it. No, you're not, love. No, you're not. Not until it's paid for. Well, I will go in it. Well, it'll have to be at night then. You'll have to get Burke and Air to go and dig grave without council knowing and put you in it. Because council won't dig that grave without my authority to do so. It's quite simple. It's mine. I've paid for it. It's my grave, not yours. As a funeral director, I will give people 110%. I love what I do. But sometimes I would say 5% of the funerals that we do on average, them people think a bit of kindness is a form of weakness. Because we don't say to families, you've got to pay a deposit up front before we bring your dad into care. We want £1,400. We don't do that. They think, yeah, he's a bit soft, him. He's a thickie. Well, I'm not a thickie, and I'm not a bit soft. I run a business, a very successful business, and it works. But we don't have, it's very rare now we have any bad debt. It's very rare. It's non-existent. I think one of the main reasons for that is because I was trolled and all bad debtors were on troll page. They can't now come to me, which is brilliant because they go to all other undertakers in Sheffield. And I sometimes see on Facebook one of their family members will put on, heartbroken, just lost my dad, oh terrible. Now this is somebody who's been doing nothing but slate me for 3 years. And I just think to myself, well, then they'll put funeral arrangements on. And I'll think, good luck with that one. Because you're not getting no money, they still owe us money. Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. I think we were £50,000 in bad debt at one time. 50,000. Chris Hodgkinson, my accountant, come in one day and he says, Nardin, has got to start charging people up front because can't carry on like this.